Hello again and welcome back. My name is Vados, and in this video we're going to be talking about gardening. We're going to talk about the XP that you can get, all the tools that are required to do it, as well as all the skills that are involved with gardening. So first thing are the tools that you are going to need. There is the copper hoe, the tin hoe, and the iron hoe, as well as your mom. No, I'm kidding. There's also the two watering cans. The difference between the hoes is just the durability. They don't do actually anything different other than tilling the ground. So it's just the higher tier that they are, the more durability they have. That's really the only difference. Oh, I guess they deal more damage. So if you want to be an angry farmer, smack the crap. I'm gonna say out of some hose, but it'd be with your hoe. Anyway, then there's the watering cans. The difference between these two is that the small watering can, it can water up to 20 plants, as the large watering can water up to 60 plants. So kind of a big difference there. And so my farm that I'm going to show later, I actually based around the large watering can. It is 60 blocks wide and 120 long. I'll actually just show it now. That is it there. And unfortunately, I kind of ran short of time today, so I wasn't able to actually get everything planted and grown to show you guys that. But yeah, we'll talk more about that in a second. Next thing are the seeds. There are seven different types of things that you can grow in Core Keeper. The first one that you'll probably ever come across is the root seed. Then there's the bomb pepper, the I'm really bad with words, so I'm not going to pronounce that, but I call it fiber. That's what you get from it is fiber. There's the heartberry seed, the glow tulip seed, then there's the Karok, and then there's the a fungi seed. And now the root seed, the bomb pepper, the fiber one, heartberry, and glow tulip, they all can grow on a dirt as well as turf. This stuff. Well, not the wall, but the ground. They can grow on turf. So those are the two things that they can grow on. They can't grow on sand. I didn't test to see if they can grow on clay. I believe they actually can. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't want to give you guys misinformation on that and tell you that like, oh yeah, they can. But if I recall, I've seen like up in like clay biomes and stuff, you can see stuff growing wild. Now the Karok seed, which is just the carrots, they require stone, so you need to have stone ground in order for those to grow. And then these guys, the Pafungi, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sorry, anybody that cares if I'm pronouncing it wrong. These guys need the mold ground in order to grow on. And of course, everything needs to be watered and you have to till the ground. So now, to get XP in gardening is, you know, there's many steps. You have to till the ground, you have to plant the seed, then you have to water it, let it grow, and then you harvest it. The only thing that gives you XP in gardening is when you harvest the plant. So like I could literally on this character, I could go and plant an entire field of stuff, not get a single bit of XP, but then I could go make a new character, come in with that new character, harvest it all, and then I'd have all the XP that went along with whatever that was. So because of that, um, because that is the only way that you can get that, you need to just you need to do this. You need to make a huge field. You need to just litter it with seeds, and then just yeah, like it's gardening is gonna take a while. And like I'm going to be honest, you don't get a lot of XP from harvesting. I can put up like a little thing that shows up on the screen. I'll do that here. And you can see how much XP you get. That's like so it'll be at level 0, no bonuses, anything like that. That is how much XP you get. So you don't get a lot. So gardening is going to be a grind in order to get to that. So the best strategy, of course, is going to be just make as big of a field as you possibly can or want to do. So again, this is 60 blocks wide by 120 blocks long. And my idea with that is that I was basically, because the large watering can is going to be, it can do 60 blocks. I was going to put water on the sides here. So that way it's like I could start at one end, grab my water, go across, grab water, go across, and be like a printer almost, and just like, just scan across, and then go all the way through to do the watering process. And then yeah, like that's how it's gonna be. Now, making a field like this takes a lot of work. So the two things that I have discovered is that the 𝗏𝐬𝐭𝐬𝐧𝐭 is fantastic at clearing only in the dirt biome. I believe it can do in the clay biome as well, but I'm not sure. But if it can, it can't go above that. I know it can't do like stone or the wilderness. If you hit directly in like the center of like 2 blocks, you can easily just like take out a bunch of blocks just like this. Like it's so great at clearing. It's phenomenal. And you can just go right along. You just keep like a repair salvage station with you, and make sure you got some wood, whatever. You can clear out in no time. It's still a tedious process, but it takes a while. Now for harvesting, or not, sorry, not for harvesting, for tilling your ground. The thing with tilling is that I can't just hold down because I'll end up skipping some just like this, and it's annoying. Or, as you can see what just happened there, is I'll accidentally untill some ground. So it gets annoying. So you kind of have to be precise with it. But there's a bulk method of doing this is the bombs. If you use bombs, the bombs will till. I said bombs a lot right there. If you use a bomb, it will till ground for you. So if we just put a bomb down right here, you'll see it will explode. It will till the ground. Boom. Nice tilled ground. I can now plant crops right there. So obviously bigger bombs is going to be a bigger area. So, that's the, oh, look at that. They're all coming. Oh, look at that. They turned into gold ones. That's cool. Explain why they did that in a little bit. So, but that is the great ways of to be able to make large fields like this is just use the 𝗏𝐬𝐭𝐬𝐧𝐭. And if you don't know how to get the 𝗏𝐬𝐭𝐬𝐧𝐭 you get after you kill the hive mother, and you get it right here. 20 bars, 15, 11 meat. 20 iron bars. So yeah, and then just bombs. You get the large bomb after you get scarlet ore. You get the distillery, and that's where you make those. These you can start crafting after you get tin. And you make, or I think it's 10, and you make the, it's 10, and the alchemy table, and that's how you get those. So that is kind of the, one last thing to talk about is seeds. Now, obviously, you are going to need a lot of seeds, and the unfortunate thing with the game is when I go to harvest, I'm not guaranteed to get a seed back. So like right there, I didn't get a seed. I did. It's kind of weird. Like, yeah, it seems like the more you get, like you'll end up losing some seeds along the way. So you're gonna need to get a lot of seeds. Now, the two most effective ways, in my opinion, to get a lot of seeds is if you go to the wilderness biome. There are a bunch of yellow plants that are around, and when you break them, you get a bunch of seeds. The other way is like a mob farm. If you have like an auto mob farm set up, you can get a lot of seeds from the mobs in the game. They'll drop them. So that is a thing. In my opinion, I think it's a little crap that, I don't like the system that they did with the seed drops and things like that. I think one thing that they should add into the game is like another crafting station, and it should be like a farmer's table. And is what that should do is like you should be able to have like a scythe or something. I think there's already something like that in there. Not the weapon, like something that you. Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different game. So they should have like a scythe that would allow you to like harvest, and like I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do. Anyway, the main thing with the farmer's table is that you could take a plant. So I could come here and I could take one of these heartberries, and then I could go to the farmer's table, and then I could turn this heartberry into a seed. And so that it's like I'd have to lose this resource to gain this one, but it's in the end I could get more, whatever, right? And like they can make a lot of different stuff. Like you could have a scythe, so you could do like bulk harvesting, and then you could have like, I don't know, like a seed pouch, so that way you can plant more in an area. Just kind of help speed things up a little bit. I think it could be a lot better. if they're going to keep the XP levels at that stuff, because I think it's a little ridiculous how little amount of XP that you get. So, but yeah, so that's about everything that you're going to need to know. So I want to cover skills real quick. I do apologize because I ran short of time today that I'm not going to be able to have the big cards up on the screen. So we're just going to kind of go through these real quickly. So Grateful Gardener is going to be the first one. You have to get this one. It just gives you a better chance of gaining seeds when you harvest plants, and it goes all the way up to, it goes from 5% to 25%. Then we have Eat Your Vegetables, which is food when eating plants or cooked food made out of plants. You get more food from that. And that goes from 5 up to 25%. Bottomless Water Can. This is a great one to have. Is has a chance to not consume water from your watering can when you go to water your crop. It goes from 10 up to 50%. Now, here's where gardening kind of helps you out in combat. Is you can have thorny weapons, which gives you critical hit damage, 5 to 25%. Then there's Thorny Skin, which is, if it's like returning damage. So if somebody hits you, you deal thorn damage to whatever just attacked you, and that goes 10 to 50, but it's not a percentage. It's just like plus 10, plus 20, plus 30, so on and so forth. So then, let me get caught up here. So then we have Poison Coated Weapons. Now this applies a poison and reduces enemy healing received by 75%. And this has a 5% chance to apply to the person, and it goes up to a 25% chance. Now, let's see what else we got. So we have Potent Poison, which is, so it just, you're dealing more poison damage, I guess. So so this will apply poison. This is, I guess, more damage from that poison. That's kind of what you got going on there. And now this one, this is why those things turned golden, is you have, I don't know how much it is in total. We'll go ahead and do this real quick. Come all the way back through. So 3 up to 15% chance that your plants will turn golden. And now golden plants are really awesome. I'll be making a food video here soon covering all of this stuff. But basically, it's just like a better version. So we'll compare the two here real quick. So this gives 9 food and 2.8 health every 20 seconds. This gives 9 food but 3.3 health every second for 20 seconds. So it has a little bit more healing. And then when you cook with it, of course, it makes that stuff better, and so on and so forth. So best skills, in my opinion, is obviously you have to go with the Grateful Gardener. I think personally you get plenty of food from whatever food you're eating, especially if you're cooking it. And as long as you eat a lot, I am very good about going to the vendors and buying the like caveling bread. And so that is just like a huge food thing. So whenever I am eating the food that I cooked, it's specifically to get the buffs from it. I don't ever worry about my hunger. Very easy. Bottomless watering can is really awesome. Saves you a lot of time, so you're not having to go back and fill up your water all the time. When it comes to combat, this one just depends on, like, I guess your playstyle. Like Thorny Skin is going to be awesome because if you get hit, you're dealing damage. That's phenomenal. Obviously you want to do that. This is like an overtime effect versus this gives you critical hit damage. If you're doing this with like the, was it like 𝐈𝐦𝐻𝐸𝐵 or whatever, and you have that kind of build going where you're dealing that critical hit damage, you're gonna want to go with this. And then of course, if you're a huge cook and you want to do tons of cooking and stuff like that, you should always go into Expert Gardener and make sure you're getting those golden plants. So that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also comment down below letting me know if there's anything I can do better, or if there's something specific you'd like to see on this channel. Thank you guys so much again. Peace. Stay happy.